Do you like this view here behind me? Our small herd of Highland cattle. I just found out some news yesterday that I wanted to share with you guys and talk a little bit. I just came home. I've been working all day somewhere else, so I'm not able to put this fancy video out to you guys, but I wanted to share this with you because it upsets me or people, but I'm not surprised that it has happened. So basically, I heard this news, and I need to say that I got this news not directly but secondhand, so take it for what it's worth, but the source I got it from, I trust. So I heard that so the major butcher shops in Sweden, which is like industrial butcher facilities, that they do not want to have Highland cattle cows in their system. Now I think it's very hard for them to say no, we are not going to take Highland cattle, but what they have said now, and from what I've heard, how I understood it, is that several of these major big industrial processing facilities have said that we will charge a 2,000 kroner amount on top of the normal butcher fees for a Highland cattle cow. And they've said two reasons. One is because of the horns, we're able to transport less of them, and the second one is because they're dirtier than others. Now I don't really know what this dirtier than others refers to. The only thing that I can imagine is that they talk about the double fur layer, that it's not as easy for them to work with that. Now there are a few things that I have to say. The first thing is that if you get charged 2,000 Swedish crowns for every cow on top of the butcher fee, you will not be able to afford that. Highland cattle is not a very common breed for commercial farms here in Sweden. It is a niche product because of their absolutely fantastic meat and the quality that they produce. I think that the Queen in England, she has her own herd of Highland cattle, if I'm not completely mistaken. Maybe some of the British folks could write in the comments if that's true or not. But it is a fantastic product, the oldest breed that we have record from, the longest back in history. It has a lot of incredible characteristics, and we love them. We just love them. Now, there's another breed that I've talked about, the Belted Galloway or the Galloway breed, which would also, they don't have horns, but it would still go under this 2,000 Swedish crowns fee, I would think, because they also have this double fur layer, which would also consider them dirty for whatever reason. You see my animals here on the channel almost daily, and they are not dirty. In fact, they are cleaner than any dairy cow that I see on any industrial farm walking around. It's going to be very hard for you to find a spot of manure or anything else on these cows. So here's why this is hard, and here's why this could very well mean that the Highland cattle breed in Sweden has no future. And that's because years and years of politics from the European Union and even the Swedish government and other countries all around us, the same in the US, has basically, or is destroying small farms and small farmers and small food production food chains. So you have very, very few small local butcher shops. We have a couple that we can choose from, and that's where we process our cows, so we will not be affected by this because we don't go to the big industrial butcher places. But there are so few of them, they will never be able to handle even the amount of Highland cattle that we have in Sweden today. Most of them, especially those with 100 head or something, like the farmer we bought some from, they all send them to these places. Now if they will start charging 2,000 crowns, he can't continue with that breed. That breed doesn't have a future here. And it's because of the politics that we don't have more of these local or regional butcher shops that can serve farms locally around them. It's because of that that we have to go to these big industrial butcher places, and then farmers have to pay these 2,000 crowns extra, which is absolutely ridiculous. So if this is really true, if this will really be adapted by all these few huge industrial butcher shops that are around here, then this might really be the end of the Highland cattle breed in Sweden to a certain degree, because as it is a rough business to be in. And if you think per head 2,000 crowns extra, that's $250 about, that would just be a death blow. So just wanted to share that with you guys. Politicians are talking because it helps their image about, oh, we need to support our local farmers, oh, we want more smaller food productions, oh, we want to help with markets and so on, but really they are not at all interested in that. They want to have something they can control, like big huge industrial facilities, and that's where it's easier for them to control, it's easier for them to see what's going on. The same thing with the Rico rings, where we sell locally here. We were there from the beginning, from the very first Rico ring ever. We were part of it. We haven't gone very much to it compared to other people, but we were at the very first one there from the start, and we saw this grow like crazy, where this local food sales over the internet and then drop off and pick up for the customers, they grew like crazy. And what happened was the government saw it, government felt uncomfortable with what was going on, and they gave a lot of money to the agricultural department here in Sweden, and they have now taken over both the marketing and the informing and all of that of this thing, even though it was something that the people started, and that we started, that was a local initiative, and now they have come in and they act as if they really care about this local thing, and if that they want to further this cause, where in reality they have come in and just taken over the control. There was such an uproar among most of the leaders, I would say. We were part of this discussion with the government, and they just basically, when they felt us all going against them, the representatives from the government backed down for a few months to let it all settle down a little bit, and then they just sent a notification, we're just going to go ahead and do this now. So this is not me being upset and just trying to rant about all of this. This is fact. This is what's going on, and this is what makes it so hard for small farmers, for those guys who want to sell, who want to produce food locally. And now you have this breed, which is such a perfect sustainable breed for certain or many areas in Sweden where you couldn't grow anything possibly but grass, and they could eat that, and even in this drought these animals will do so much better than most breeds, because they will need less winter feed, and it's just, in our food production chain, those animals have lost, and so have many farmers that are fighting for this. And just wanted to share this with you guys, because I know many of you are interested in this, and this might very well come in other places as well, I don't know. Anyways, enjoy the view.